Oh, hello. Oh, geez. I'm way too high there. Hello, and welcome to another live stream of the xTool demo host. Um, yeah, welcome back. Glad that you guys could make it. Um, Today it is International Girls in ICT Day. Yeah, really cool. I want to do something for that later on. But if you have seen my stream last time, um, I had I have created a bottle opener, a credit card bottle opener, which with the text "Don't forget hug a plumber day," because well we have been exploring, of course, what awesome days are going to be in this week, what is worth mentioning, what is funny to mention, and these were some of the examples that we had. So. Um, since I was making it on a black bottle opener, this happened. So it's cute and all, but it is backwards. It is inverted. And that's not what we wanted. So I promised you last time I was going to fix it on this stream. And I'm also going to show you how I do that. I think it would be nice when I'm going to do then something as well for the Girls in ICT Day. And then we're just gonna try it the same, and maybe we can put my other laser in, the infrared laser, and then I can show it on that one as well. And I can show the difference between doing it on a black one and on a silver one, which I don't have at hand, but I will in a moment. I do have at hand. Of course I have it at hand. So because that matters. Because if I would have made this image on the silver one, it would have been perfectly fine. There would not have been any trouble. But well, that was not the case. So let's start with that, and then we see how far we get. I'm not the fastest, but I do like to be very words. I do like to explain everything in detail. So let's go and do that. I'm gonna first take you guys away from my face so close. And there is my screen. So here I am in xTool Studio, and we see what we made on Monday. Don't forget Hug a Plumber Day. It's actually mouthed really nicely, Hug a Plumber Day. And where is the other one? And here we have our little awesome nerd girl, the Girls in ICT Day, which we made on a key hanger in 2 versions with a better text and extra decorations. And here is, for those who haven't seen it yet, the result. It's now a little bit small in my screen there, but hey, I can show it later on a bit better. So let's start off with the Hug a Plumber Day. Here you already see I have done something to it. So if I just grab the original, I'm just gonna take this, copy it, and I'm gonna place it down. Then I can show you guys what I have been doing. So this is a full vector. It is combined. Hello, Greyborn. Nice of you to join. So if I go in the top of my screen to edit compound, you can see I can just select parts of it. I will just put this down. There we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. So not sure if you can see it also well, but if I hover over parts, then you can see that I can select that. So if I do this, I clicked it and I pressed delete, the delete button, then you see it is gone. So this is the original image that I started with. Now I'm gonna make another copy of it and show you how to make it like that, because I want to invert it slightly, because otherwise it just doesn't show nice. So if you click here and you say edit, no, sorry, offset, if you press offset, it's gonna take a little moment. And here you can see how far it's set at 2 millimeter, and you see that it goes 2 millimeter outwards from this. I will say outer shapes only, so it's not gonna do inside of the face or anything. And I can bring it back to 1, and I can possibly bring it even back to 0. Because then it is going exactly on the lines. So if I do that, and I select everything, now you don't see anything yet, but I say create compound vector. There. Now it is reversed. I am doing well, thank you. Yes, I've had a very busy working day, but I've been out in the sunshine for a little moment, so my battery is a bit more charged. I decided that I work on solar energy. So how are you doing? It's always nice to have people around to talk to me, because otherwise I will have to just keep talking by myself, right? So I think I actually like this one more than this one. So I'm just gonna take this away and I'm gonna put this one in there. And the last time I made it so that her hair goes up a little bit into that area. Let's see if I have everything still lined up. So we can say align in the top. You missed what I said. Oh no. So I said I was doing well. I work on solar energy. Solar energy. Wow, that came out very Dutch. I'm sorry. Because I've been in the sun and I feel a little bit more charged after that. So again, to show you guys, if you select all, so just by drag and drop and then align, horizontal, align, center, then everything will line up. So I can show it if it's like so. I select everything, align, horizontal, align, center, then it goes there. Now I'm gonna turn the other ones off, otherwise that is gonna go awfully wrong. There. Shall we instantly put it, do we want to make it on anything else today? Nah, it doesn't matter, we can change it anytime very fast. I'm gonna show again how I swap the laser. Yes, vitamin D is very good. So let me double check this here. Okay, so let's swap the laser over because I'm gonna engrave on metal and I want to showcase also when I do the silver one. So let's go with that. I'm gonna go to my machine and I will show that so you guys can hop along with that. Do you want to see it in large? Yeah, right? Let's go to the machine. As you can see, she's still asleep, my machine. So, hello. There you see the remnants of last, well, of, was it Monday? Wow, I'm really lost for days. So on the back side, I'm gonna turn off the power. There's a little switch button there. Make sure that you guys have enough light here. And then I open this up. A little bit more light. This is the lightest. This is the lightest. There we go. And now it is mandatory that you guys can see this. So I have my hexagon screwdriver. You get that with your xTool machine. It comes in a very nice little box. So, and it is full of little tools to help. It's very useful. So I'm gonna screw these off. Before I put it back, I will probably also give it a nice clean. So that maintenance has also been done right away. There. Then we take off the needle as well. There it is. And we move it all the way up, and then we pull it back so that this thing goes out at the widest part of this hole here. So here you can squeeze the connector. It has like a little squeezy part, so you can take that out. That is how it's connected. I don't know if you can see that well, but that is how it looks up close. Then here's the air assist. We take that off. There we go. And now it is off. And here's the bottom side of the laser. Let's grab the other one. I always keep it stored inside an anti-static bag. Recently cleaned this one, so it doesn't need any maintenance right now. You put the air assist back on, and then you plug in the connector again. Click, you hear. And this one also has this little part that comes out, and then you have to put it in the white part, then pull it in and just move it down so it aligns. It is really, really easy to do. So I put the screws loosely in so I can provide an even tension on them. There we go. And then we're gonna put back the needle. Here we can see it again on the side. I'll just move this around a little bit. I want to show you guys that from up close. That should be visible, right? So here's the needle, And you see that it has two magnets in here, and they will line up with these. There's also a little part that sticks out, so that goes in the slot here. And you just wriggle it, and then you feel it click, so you can't move it anymore. If the needle is down, you can just use your finger and gently push it up. You see it appear here on the top. That's what happens when you push the machine up. It pushes against this metal bar, and then it drops out. So just push it back up gently, and that's it. So now it's ready. So I'm gonna show you guys when we turn it on what happens. There we go. Now it's waking up. And it starts at the starting position in the back left. So I'm gonna put this on here already. And I will show when we go back in the studio. There you will see confirm the switch from 20 watt to 2 watt. That is what we have done. So we say switch. This is still on my black metal business card. And this is what it then advises to do. Here we can see the settings. So if we would do it really fast, you see that it gets like a little bit dark. The slower you get, the more material gets taken away. You see that it becomes actually quite light. The downside, what you have, if you're gonna be, of course, very slow, it can sometimes be really pretty, but you always aim to go for the fastest results that is also the prettiest. So that's why you have to measure, like, okay, which power do I use? Because, well, if you're gonna need to do 100 of those cards or bottle openers, then, well, you don't want to be waiting around for 20 hours. Also, it will, of course, then consume a lot more power, and, well, that is not what we want. And that's especially good to mention because today it's Earth Day. Yippee! So let me see what happens with this. This is the score. I think we can score a little bit harder. There. Let's go with that. Actually say that this also looks very nice. They look a bit more crisp, but I'm just gonna go with this. This one I will also create another offset, and I put it to 0. Outer shapes only, and I will say confirm, and that one we will also let be on score. So now we're gonna grab one of my business card bottle openers. We give it a little cleaning, so we make sure that there's no fatty fingers on it. Where's my cloth? There we go. You can just clean that off with some isopropanol. And then we just clean that off. And so On another side note, shall I put on some music? I know that I always do that later on in the stream, so maybe being a little bit in time today is great. Now, where is it? There. Don't even know what to play today. This. Doo-doo-doo. Maybe I will do for Sunday some new music. If you guys have requests, let me know. For now, let's get to the machine, because we're gonna have to place this in. I still made a wipe. Of course I did. So I'm gonna place it in my mold nicely. I don't have to line it up just yet. Because we're first gonna put down the needle. We're gonna let it measure how deep that object is, so it knows exactly the distance where it needs to put the focus. Oh, you guys don't hear the music because I turned it off. There we go. So now we're gonna make a rectangle processing area, because it's quite a square, right? So I'm just gonna put it all the way in the top here. And I see that I need to, it's laying a little bit. Oh, must have moved. Nope. Now it is straight. Okay, so we're gonna put it right here where this hits the bottom, and then to the left. So then I press the button in the front of my machine, and then I go to the next one, and that is where my other edge is. So I make sure that these red lines are just exactly on it. I'm always a little bit nitpicky, but that makes quality. At least that's what I hope. So we choose end marking, and we say done. Now we can move this whole thing back up here. And we purposely let her head be up in there, because as you can see here, it can just fit right into the part that goes up a little bit. Now I think it should be slightly less. So I'm gonna, if you want to select something or unselect it, you use your Shift key. See? So I click here, then it's selected, and if I click it again with Shift pressed in, then I deselect it. So I can now just move this down, because I don't want his head there. Just has to be a tiny tad. And this I actually want to have a little bit higher. I can use my arrow keys, then it just goes only straight up higher. I think we should just go with this. Did I put the right side up? Yeah. I always like to put it on the full smooth side, on the upside. So this should take 5 minutes. So you see on the black one, I used the inverted image, and you're gonna see then the difference in a moment, how that will be. Let's press the button on the machine. And there it goes. So let's meanwhile prepare the other one. See, it's still slightly wet, but I'm just gonna give it a tad more. In a beautiful heart shape. Aww. Well, you guys didn't see that. It had a really beautiful heart shape. All random. There. See all the fatty fingers that I put on? So I don't want that to influence the quality of the engraving, because the fat might make it react differently. So it's always good to clean your materials up front, where it's possible, of course. I'm not trying to do that with felt. Now we can see that it is already getting pretty nice over there. Luckily my camera has a better day today. I think having a good sleep helped. Did you try turning it off and on again? Now that is soon gonna be done. Let's meanwhile prepare maybe the other projects. So we're gonna choose minimize on here, and it will just keep going. You can see then in the bottom right here, there's a task list, and you can see that it is still going. If you click it, you can even see how long it still assumes to go. Now it's actually going on the most satisfying part. Yep. Yeah. If you have worked in technical customer care, then that is kind of the sentence that you will learn fastest. I actually once had. I was working for a brand that sells speakers and audio equipment. I had a lady coming in, and it was like, yeah, and I bought this product and it's already not working anymore. And she was really a little bit like on her toes. So okay, well, I'm sorry I have to ask this, but did you try turning it off and on again? Yeah, of course I did try that, and it's just not working. It's not reacting to anything. So, well, then we went through the standard stuff. Said, are you sure there's actually power on it? Now, and she was so incredibly upset. I asked that, like, how dare I ask such a thing? But I said, yeah, I understand, but you know, it's protocol, and I just have to ask it. She said, well, I will give it another try or another check. And then she came very quietly back. Yeah, well, I just realized that the light is also off. Apparently, when she was cleaning or something, she accidentally bumped into the power socket. So there was just no power. I never heard anyone feel so ashamed over the phone. It was so funny. So yeah, technical stuff is often very fun, or trying to explain a home theater center to an 80-year-old grandpa is sometimes a little bit challenging, but it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I see that it's done, so I talked enough. Let's go. I love it. Yeah, but did it now engrave? It didn't engrave one part because I turned that off. But it's actually really nice, but I will turn it on for the other part, for the next one. Now you see that it has been whooshing a little bit. If I angle it in the camera, that is. Not sure how well you can see that. Let me try my other camera. Yep. There we go. Now you can see a real nice difference to start with. Now this one is not cleaned up yet. So let's do that. I still have some of it on it. Now we also take away the whoosh that was there, because it blows the fumes away a little bit. You can also see that there comes off a little bit of the paint that has been burned away. Now you see the difference between the one and the other, because the text was actually good for the other one, right? But I only did the outline, but it actually came out really pretty. We call those happy little accidents. But now you can see close up the difference. And this one has been done with the diode laser as well. And this one has been done with the infrared laser. So this one is way more crisp. That is the beauty of using the infrared laser. I think it became really pretty. So that's for that. Now, let me see, because I turned off that text here, you can see it, and now it is still somewhere else. So that one needs to be lined up in there. It's actually kind of nice when it has a little bit of a depth like that. Maybe another time. So now I would like to go and take this one out. Oops, and we turn it off. Also, we need to use this and we turn it on. Hey, hey, it didn't go. And now we take this one, we line it up, the heads up a little bit, so they're nicely a little bit tucked in into that area. Now I don't know if this one has area around. I don't think so, because here I see the one that is the around part, but this one doesn't have that yet. So we do create offset. We put it on 0. Then we put auto shapes only. And we say confirm. And it is already on score, so that is great. Now we are gonna change something. Let me see, this one is on, this one is on. And now I need to figure out which one that is, this one. And we turn it on. Yeah, so now we have the outline of the text itself, and the normal engraving. So we're gonna change now. We're gonna go, I'm gonna do the metal business card holder because it's practically the same material. And then you see that the settings also change. So let's look what this one says. Now I like to go for a dark engraving because I think that is really pretty, but it will take longer. So, but I don't want to have it not pretty, so I want to go with a really dark engraving. So we can maybe say slightly faster. Let's go, it's between 20 and 90, so let's go with 40. Do I have somewhere, where did I have my... I normally have it laying right here. Where do I put my stuff? I've recently been, oh there, it's behind my clock. And my clock is laying sideways. Why is that? Weird. So here I can show you what I made. Of course with pandas. This is my logo. Oh, I'm gonna go to the big screen now, wait a second. There you go. This is my logo, and I made that on those. These are, I normally use them for my business cards. And on the back side, you can see on these, I made a test grid. So you can see that this one is the one I did first, because I want to have a global range on where I want to be. So you see that up here, there. This is not at all what I wanted, and then here is actually what I wanted. And then I went with this one. Let me see it there. There I can see which ones I really like. So it's actually really difficult to measure that. So let's go here. I need to have my glasses. So I went from a range from 50 to 100 power, and between 15 and 100 in speed. So if I would go 100 power and about 40 speed, it would get this result. Now I think that is pretty fine, but I actually think that slower is better still. So this one is just going to take a little bit longer, so we're going to have to do something aside of it. I think we could go possibly with 84. I think that's actually the prettiest. These ones turn kind of blue. It's very funny how that works, right? So I don't know how well it's visible for you guys, because I was with my glasses on, so I can't see it. So that is my grid. And I think still that this one is really the prettiest. The other ones still turn out like slightly less colorful, but here you can see the other one from up close. This was my first test grid, where I went from 10 to 100 power and from, what is it, 10 to 600 speed. And then you see that at 100% power and 600 speed, it really barely did anything, actually. Which is very funny, because it did actually more when it was only on 10% power and at speed 600. So that's kind of funny, and that is why you make those testing grids. So I would say I'm just gonna give it the 100 power, and I'm gonna give it the, well, let's go with 25 speed, because I want to cheese it a little bit. Making compromises. So let's place this one in without putting my fat fingers on it right away again. And since I use the mold for it, I will not need to redo the entire area, because it is laying very still. So I always know that it is on the right spot. Now I need to put this one also on 100 by 25. That actually might be a little bit faster. Is there a click set? $100 by 30. Well, we're still practically doing the same. Yeah. So let's just give it a go. Now we see that it will take possibly, yeah, it will take 18 minutes. So in case you're going to do that for a business, you might want to make a little bit more of compromises. But I'm going now for like the best result that I think I can get. So let's just go with it. And we press the button. And there it goes. I'm gonna minimize this screen. And what can we do for International Girls in ICT Day? Maybe we should make a technical customer service. Create me a chibi anime girl, nerdy, oh, nardy, nerdy, being on the phone, confused expression. No background, no minimal decoration. A vector for engraving. Let's see what it does when I ask that. Meanwhile, we see on the screen of my machine, you can see that it is coming nicely together. Not like that on the phone. She's in customer service. So no mobile phone, but a customer service headset. Sorry for not being clear. That AI always, you have to be so clear. And we wait. It takes a few moments. I think that one is kind of cute. I think that her appearance should look a little bit different still. Change her appearance into a bit more gothic. I want it to be a gothic nerdy girl. That is cool. And punk styled. Did you guys actually see the... oh, she still looks exactly the same. They just put some yeah. I wanted to have like some alternations to it. I don't really give a lot of information though, but there we go. I think this is nicer. I think this is more fun. Yep, I'm gonna take this one. Now we can play with the new feature while that one is going. And I'm actually just gonna go with what I just said, because I think that is the most iconic thing ever in ICT. Did you try turning it off and on again? Let's see what we can do with the different things here. Let's see. Fish? That is too much. Nope. Fish eye. That's actually nice. I'm just now playing with the buttons a little bit to see what it does. That's the arc upper. Bulge. Flower. Wave. Squeeze. Oh, that's actually nice. This one I feel. Okay, we're gonna go. Oh. Yeah, this is what happened as well on Monday all the time. I just kept doing it again and again and again. Confirm. Don't forget to confirm. So I want it a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna turn it with this circle thing. You can turn it. And I want to get into a different font. I want it. Is it on engrave? Or that's just an empty font. Now I want to have one that is actually a little bit Gothic style, right? We made a very cool girl. I think this is nice. This is like a strip book one. I'm gonna make it a bit larger and tuck it right next to her here. I'm lining it up like it follows a little bit the shape of her elbow. A little bit closer. So I could imagine that this would actually be really nice if you are like someone that is in the ICT and you have like a business card. I would want to have such a business card. Oh, well, I'm also a little bit silly. I think it's actually really cool. Yeah, this is the right size. Let's take a look at the machine. Look how pretty that is. So the reason why these letters take a little bit longer is because these are like scribbly letters. So it has the outside, but then on the inside it is like semi-colored in. Like what you do when you were young at school and you were bored, you were just drawing those letters, at least I did. And then just make some artwork out of it. So yeah, today, Girls in ICT Day. And in 3 days, it's gonna be Hug a Plumber Day. So everybody grab your plumber and give him a tight hug. It's a rule now. We discovered it, so we have to follow through. I love those funny things. I'm actually already excited what we're gonna have for the week after. Right? What we have on this Sunday, I think we're gonna have, what did we plan? Mother's Day. It's soon gonna be Mother's Day, so I think it's nice to already be a little bit prepared. So we're gonna get our moms something nice and cute to let them know that we love them very, very, very much. I do love my mom very much, so I could only wish for everybody else to have the same bond with their moms. And if you don't, then I hope that you have a different mother figure in your life that can take that spot, take that task upon them to be motherly. And then you get to appreciate that person. So yeah, that's what I want to do on Sunday. I don't know what I want to make yet. Last year I made a song for my mom. If you're curious, it's on my YouTube. You can find it in the links there. You can find all the links there. sewit.com/so-it-links. Sorry, it wasn't different. That's the way it had to be. But there you can find my YouTube, and there you can find the music I've been making. And well, one of them was for my mom. She's my best friend. So That's also how the song is called, My Best Friend Mom, because she throws snow at me when I'm asleep and she's up earlier than me. I will keep mentioning this, so she knows that I'm still pouting about it. Do you guys have any nice funny stories of your mom? Typical things that she does, or if you do, please let me know. And maybe you can let me know if you want me to make something special for your mom on Sunday. We can go with that if you like. Maybe I will actually make something also for my mom that goes back to that story, just to mention it. Or I'm gonna make something with cleaning sponges. So very shameful story of me is that the first time I had my own earned money, I was like still very young. I just was delivering like folders or something. I think I must have been like 13, 14. And that was my first little money that I made. And that was the first time I was going to go out all by myself to buy my mom something. And well, my brain works in very mysterious ways, and I think very practical. My mom was at that point cleaning. So yeah, I thought it was nice to buy her some new scrubbing sponges for Mother's Day. I didn't hear the end of it for many years. So it came from a good heart, though. Look at that. How long do we still have? It's about to be completed. Oh. Yeah, something like that. Yes, there it is. It's gonna be done. Yippee! Now we let the fumes extract a little bit longer. So I still have a few minutes in me, but what shall we make that one on black on our? I think we should make it on black, so I can show you once more how to do it, how you invert that. If you guys are against it, then just please shout now. Now you can see that there's still a lot of fumes on it. Not sure how well that's visible for you, but I'm gonna go to the other camera, then you guys can see it better. Now you can see how much fumes are still on it. When I do it like so, you can still see the whole whoosh here, especially on the leathers. You see the whoosh coming off. I don't know how else to call it than a whoosh, so forgive me. Okay, let's clean it up. And we can see how pretty it became. See how much comes off? Yucky! What do you guys think? That's kind of beautiful, right? I think it became really beautiful. It's also nice and dark. So I think I pretty fine got away with it. Yeah, I'm satisfied with it. So let's go with one more of the black ones. So we clean it up beforehand. So, and then we can also talk a little bit more while I'm doing this, because there is currently something, a discount going, and I only have it on my first screen. I put it on so you guys can see it. You see the black and white QR code up there. So for people that are watching my stream, when you do that during the stream, you can fill in a form, and with that form you can make chance to win €100 off. So I'm trying to put my head in front of it so you guys can read it, actually, because my background is actually quite light with my... See it? It's my lights, they are in a meh way. So maybe so. A little bit less in the lights. Yeah, when you do that during the live stream, then you make they give away that voucher to people, and it can be used on I believe all machines. So it's always nice to have a discount. So if you want to get into it, then make sure that you follow my streams. You can fill in the form during the streams. So let's turn this one off. I'm gonna deselect the square, and I'm just gonna take this one away, and I'm gonna take the little lady, and I'm gonna put her in. She has to be a tiny bit smaller, just so that her feet are not falling off. So, and we're gonna go back to the black one, because that's what we put in. What did we have? We had 60 by 300, right? So we're gonna do the same for her as we did with the other one. So we're gonna say offset. We're gonna say outer shapes only. Offset on 0. And we say confirm. And now we just select it all except for this one. And it's off. Why is it not going up? I was pressing the wrong one. There. And we're gonna say create compound, and then it goes in inverted. Now we want to have this one, and we say again an offset. So the reason why I do that is I always like to do a score around it when I'm engraving such images, because it creates a little bit more depth, because it's just a 2-watt infrared laser. It can't really go deep. So it can etch, but it can't really go deep. So the way to still give like a little bit of the vibe of that it is like actually like a bit deeper engraved is when you score it around another time. Then it just creates a little bit more of those edges. So we say confirm, and that one stays on score. Let me see. We wanted to have a bit of a deeper score. Let's go with that. We do the same for this text. Offset. So offset creates like the line around it of a vector. So we turn that all the way down, outer shapes only. No, that's actually not even necessary. Can we do inner shapes? Cancel. I want to have it big. And 0. Confirm. Not really sure if I now have also the insides. That does look like it, right? Yes. Yeah, you see the O, it's so hard to see like this. Yeah, if I go over this, you see it in the green. You see also that here is also a line. So that means it also does the inner shapes this time. Otherwise, it does not engrave that. And then you can still have a little bit of a flat feel to it. So this is perfectly fine. And we're going to go with this one for the one-click sets. It's so convenient that they have this material library. So let me see. This is the outside. This is the inside. And did we want to have the engrave a little bit darker, whiter? What did we do on the other one? We went with 6300. Okay, we just left it on what it is, so that's all right. Let's see what happens if I click process. It only shows this, so that way you can also know. And it should be done in 7 minutes, which I find a perfectly nice timing because that is near the ending of my stream. So let's turn it on. Also, if you like to have a demo, this one here, you can book a demo with me. That can be either online or right here in this room to showcase the xTool S1 if you want to have one, but you're not really sure yet, you want to see it at first hand or test something on it. I can gladly help you with that. The demos are for free. And if you then want to buy one anyway, I can give an additional 1% extra off on whatever is currently a discount. So that's always nice, I think. So that QR code should work. If it doesn't, then let me know. Nice that you did it, Brayborn. It's really calm today, isn't it? Everybody's like halfway through the week, tired, hanging on the couch. Let me see how it goes in the machine. And there comes my panda. I think it looks really nice. How's the music? Is it okay? Is it not too loud? I actually realized there are so many offers going on today, or this week actually, because we also still have my 6% offer there. It's actually crazy, right? You have so many things that you can do. Yeah, I always want everybody to join in on the creator fun. It is so nice. We also have, with all the hosts together, we are in a big group, and there's so much chatter about how to do things, and it's such a great community to be in. It's really lovely people, and I know you just get a lot of inspiration from one another, or information if you are lost with something or you don't understand how it works, or something doesn't work. This happens, of course, because well, it's machines. That's why uh, we have customer service people, right? Because sometimes machines don't want to play along. So I think that's nice. Often the solution is actually very simple. You just didn't think of it, like Grayborn said earlier, uh, where you think the last moment about turning it off and on again. Oh, she's nearly ready. So this is the flat engraving that it is now doing, where it just goes left and right. And when it then goes onto scoring, scoring is like only just doing the lines, and then it actually follows. So you see the machine move with the two axes, which I find personally very satisfying to watch. There goes the little shoes. And now it is going. You see that it looks really fast, right? Now you can see it really becomes an outline. So she is like really a little bit stronger in there. Yeah, you see that it comes really to life, right? At least that's how I feel when it is doing the scoring afterwards. Gives a lot of depth. So let's leap ahead a little bit, because every Monday I want to do some exploring about which events or celebrations are there, and that can be as mainstream or new as it can be. So if you have something that you know about, please just write it. We mention it in the stream, and maybe we can even make something for it. Uh, Ideas are always welcome. There we go, the last few moments. Doing the raffles of our t-shirts. Our little shoes. Oh, now the eyes come. Look how much depth that gives. That's so cool. I find it so cool to watch. So you guys can just easily imagine that when I'm not streaming and I'm sitting here by myself, I actually just observe often when I'm just not doing anything. I'm just watching how the laser is doing it. It's so satisfying. And it's done. So let's go. Actually looks even better from here. Giving it a few seconds for the fumes to go. I don't want them in my house, in my room. There we go. I'm just gonna take her out. Hello. And that is how you make a funny design on the spot. Let's go and clean her up. There, and then it comes out so nicely. Now, would you look at that? Now, which cool ICT girl would not like that? I think it became quite epic. So, there we have it. This one to show you how it's not done. And then we have these. Let's put her here and there. What do you guys think? I think that became pretty nice. So I hope you guys liked it. And if you have any questions or whatever, you can always contact me on one of those there. One of my links. You like the silver one most, yeah. Yeah, it gives a bit of an exclusive feel, right? The silver one. So, well, if you guys enjoyed it, let me know. And I hope that you guys are going to be here on Sunday as well to make some Mother Day stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon again. Bye bye.